What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am collecting madness. There's always madness in love, and we love collecting. Today, we're gonna take a look at a special package here. Now, don't be alarmed by how big this package is. It is very deceiving, and I wanted to film this part of it because it's unnecessary as well how much they had to put. Now, they did package it well. This package is from Mattel Creations. If you know by the title and the thumbnail, excuse my kitty, you know what this is. It is none other than the Ultimate Edition Attitude Era ring with the exclusive Kane. I wanted to get this on Ringside Collectibles, however, it was sold out when I went to go purchase it again. So I found it on Mattel Creations. I don't know if it's still up there, but if it is, I will leave a link below. Starting to crack this open on the side here. And that's what I'm greeted with first, is an image of Kane, the figure there. Sliding it out. Yo! So this is a very beautiful box. Automatically, I'm greeted with an image of Kane as the figure on the ropes here. Given the big boot, it looks like, and then him, you know, before he does the flames on the ropes. I mean, guys, watching the Attitude Era, this just brings back so many memories. Kane is one of the best to ever do it, so I'm excited to open this up. You can see on the back here a little bit of what comes with it. You get the exclusive Kane, the lifelike kind of detail and authenticity of the ring. So you get those boards there. We're gonna take some look at those. And then we get Kane, like I said, he has a swappable head, the WWE turnbuckles. They are made of fabric, so they're not rubber like the other authentic rings nowadays. And then also fabric ring skirts to go around. So enough talk, I'm not gonna damage the box. It looks like there's a cutout. I might preserve this in case I have to package it up. So I'm gonna try and see what I can do on the side here. You don't have to do this. I wanna do this. Just cause I like, when I collect stuff, I like keeping the boxes and stuff. The box is just too beautiful to ruin, at least in my opinion. So automatically I can see the steps here. Now let's take a look at these steps real quick. I really like these. Automatically, they look a lot better than my other ring that I reviewed. If you saw that video, it was the Figures Toy Company wrestling ring. It was a little bit of a matte finish, and the texture on it wasn't as defined as this is. This is way more glossy and gives a more convincing metallic effect. They do separate for action and your figures to pick up and stuff like that, so you can do whatever you want with them. They connect a lot better too, so I definitely like those. This is all the pieces that go underneath. The ring itself that you have to build. The wooden boards. This looks to be the ring mat. Wow, and it's actually a little bit bluish, not as white. I don't know how that appears on camera, but I know that's actually what they look like, and just on camera it looks like it. These are fabric. These aren't like the plastic, you know, kind of material that I'm used to. So this is actually really, really nice, and it'll drape a lot better in my opinion than the fabric one, or than those vinyl feeling ones. I know they can get kind of wrinkly as well. Some instructions, and then Kane, the figure. Now I know out there as well, there's some Ultimate Edition figures. This is a very small box. Usually those Ultimate Edition ones are actually a little bit larger. I think I unboxed a Brock Lesnar one, and it was a lot bigger. So before we continue, I do want to take a closer look at Kane here and unbox him. So you can see Ultimate Edition there. Ultimate articulation for authentic posability by Mattel. This is the back of the box. It has all of his, you know, not figure dimensions, but in-person dimensions, where he comes from and, you know, his career highlights and stuff. And then down here, if you want to pause the video, it gives a little bit of a background information about the Big Red Machine himself. Cracking this guy open. Apparently you could only get this figure if you bought the ring. Luckily for me, I wanted the ring before the figure. It's honestly, I bought this for the ring, and it's just a perk for me that I get Kane. And there Kane is in all his glory. Automatically, first impressions, he feels pretty good in the hands. He doesn't feel as stiff as some of those other figures that I articulated. And he does have some nice paint apps. It does have the kind of backwards effect, or whatever you would call that, the reverse effect, where he's not all red. He's more black and then red, compared to some other ring attires. The paint apps look pretty good on mine. You can get out the silver, you know, button detail. This rubbery belt piece is not attached. It moves on its own. His head does have some good articulation, and the hair is kind of rubbery, so it doesn't really get in the way of posing. His arms can go out. He has butterfly joints, double bend at the elbows, and the paint apps are clean in the elbows. Double bend on this side as well. A forward crunch, he can twist, double bend at the knee, and then some really nice glossy boots. Oh, and toe articulation. I really like that. It's very surprising to see smaller figures have this. So I'm very impressed with this. He may not be my favorite WWE superstar, but he's probably my new favorite figure in this size for sure. So now let's take a look at the other sculpt it comes with, and I don't know which one I'll display him with. I think the hair slicked back is definitely a good look. But the hair forward isn't that bad either. So kind of pushing more for hair slicked back, just because I think that's what he always did in matches. He just kind of like whipped it back and stuff. And then you get some hands, you can see. They look a little waxy, but they got some vein work in there, so it looks pretty good. And for some reason on camera, it looks a lot worse than what it is. I promise you it's not that bad. And then a standard black glove. So I figured these could be like a choke slamming hand right here. But nonetheless, all good. Now we're going to take a look at some of this stuff here in the back. And these aren't like the best painted wood, but you can tell like what it's supposed to be. And on camera, it looks a different color than what it is in person. It's more of a tannish color than what it is here. And you can see the kind of wood effect and what each individual plank would be. And then you can see the hexagonal little ports here for you to peg all the stands in so the ring can stand on itself. But enough about talking about all of this. Let's get the ring built. So when you first start out to build this ring, you'll have a set of like these metallic, what creates the ring, these posts. And they're labeled B1, B2, A2, A1, and you kind of put them together. They all just snap in place. So this is gonna be the base for your ring, literally. Automatically, it looks really cool. You can kind of see the rivets and the beams that would hold the structure of the ring. So I really like that if you wanted to look under the ring or have it disattached. So automatically, I love the options that come with it. Then you put these boards on. They don't go in any order. You just snap them on and you'll kind of hear them click in place. So now that you got this part complete, you'll see they'll be completely flush. It should all snap in place, and it makes a loud clicking noise, so when you do it, you'll know. Guys, so getting this out automatically, this is a whole different matte feel than what I'm used to from any other ring that I've ever had. It's kind of more, instead of like an actual just like thick cloth with some foam in it, it allows you to actually feel the board from underneath the ring. Like, it's a thin material, but it feels like a microfiber, and it's very nice. I don't recommend you dusting with it though. Okay, so once you have the top on, it should be nice and flush. You can see there's no wrinkles. I really love this look, guys. I will not lie, just because now you don't have to iron anymore. You don't have to see those unsightly wrinkles when you're messing with the figures or posing them on the mat. It doesn't bunch up. It is the perfect size, and I say hats off to Mattel. They did an excellent job with this ring. So flipping it back over and moving to how the ring stays stable, we're gonna get these posts out and put the ones that need to go in the hexagonal ones, and vice versa, the smaller ones will go into the actual outside of the ring posts. Okay, so once you have all these supports on, you can see this has a lot of support, so it's stable, it's not going anywhere. If you have figures on top, you're definitely gonna feel how sturdy it is, and you can, tap it a bit. It's not going anywhere. I really like that the ends have rubber feet so you don't scratch anything up. The middle of it, however, does not have that feature for some reason. It's just the outside that has the rubber feet, but that's okay. It's not gonna scratch my glass up where it's going in the case, and I'll show you guys that after as well. But it stands pretty tall. This actually might be a little bit taller than my ring, and honestly, I'm getting a bit worried that it might not fit in my glass case anymore. But nonetheless, we're gonna continue this, and I'll find a spot for it because I'm really in love with this ring. So next, you get some ring posts. They're not metallic like my figure toy company, but they are bigger. They're still solid. They'll get the job done. They do kind of move on their own, I'm noticing, so it's not like a solid piece of plastic. So that kind of lets me know it's not gonna break as easy, and there's some, forgiveness in each of these. Okay, so now you have the post. For some reason, when you assemble this ring and the skirts, they're gonna go, along the edges and whatnot. But for some reason, instead of having the post and going under, they want you to stretch these over the post, which seems harder to me to do if you ask me. But we're gonna do what they ask. Now that we have the ring skirts on, I figured, once time gives it stretches, it'll form to its right place. I may work with these a little bit to get them to sit lower. This is how it sits. I know you can see in the show they kind of wrap over a little bit. So this is pretty accurate in my opinion. And even though they're not the plastic, because these are fabric, you can iron these. So if yours are sticking out a little bit like mine are, you can probably iron those down to make it more uniform, but it's not really bugging me that much. Next, we're gonna move on to what used to be one of the hardest parts of the WWE ring, but now Mattel has been generous. They actually pre-install the ropes for you. So you get your first set, your second set, and your third set, but they already have the turnbuckles attached to them. So all you have to do is hook them to the turnbuckles. That saves a ton of time, guys, and all that tedious work you don't have to do. So now that we've added the ring steps, guys, as the final touch, this ring is 100% complete, and I will say it is eye candy to look at. These red ropes just pop and they accent Kane beautifully. So this Ultimate Edition ring, it is a must-have if you're a WWE fan, especially if you're the Attitude Era fan. I love the canvas, how smooth it is, the color of it. The WWE logos on the turnbuckles and the little accents, you know, on the turnbuckles that give it an effect that they can come off. They're a little bit thicker, so this whole ring just feels solid. And coming from WWE, it's a licensed product. Guys, you know I had the Figures Toy Company, or I still do. This blows it out of the water for me. That was a good ring, but you could feel where it was lacking. Not only stability or piece-wise, it's a good ring. I would still recommend that for somebody who's entering, you know, into the authentic scale community for these rings, but you just can't beat this. It feels solid, it looks well, and when you put it all together, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Unfortunately, if you just wanted it for the exclusive Kane, you do have to buy this ring. I would hurry up as it is selling out because it has that exclusive branding on it, but nonetheless, do what you gotta do. You can see on the front here, Raw is War. I've always loved that logo because War backwards is Raw, so it was always kind of cool to see that as a kid. Everything just pops on this. I plan to do some customizations on this. As I said in previous videos, I wanted to do other things. If you guys saw one of my previous videos, I had ring skirts that didn't fit the Figures Toy Company. I know for a fact they will fit on this ring now. I can change the rope, so the ball is now officially in my court, guys. So stay tuned for other videos, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please give it a like. We just hit 500 subscribers. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for that. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing because we have a new goal now of about 600 subscribers. So stay tuned for that. We'll do more giveaways, more WWE content. Also, if you're a fan of Star Wars and Marvel, that comes on the channel as well. But that'll do it for today. As always, guys, take care, and we'll catch you in the next one.